Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to be talking about the current UFC 303 situation. I am so glad I waited to put this video out till today. And frankly, I barely was going to do this video today, purely because, brother, it is humid as fudge right now. And yeah, not the most comfortable situation, but I definitely need to talk about this. So UFC 303, if you haven't been paying attention, went from being softcore canceled to, according to Ariel Helwani on the MMA Hour, with great positivity, it looks like it's back on. I'm going to let the man say it for himself, and we're going to play right now.
I can tell you, as of last night, and as of today, this morning, early afternoon, it's currently 1:10 p.m. Eastern Time, I can tell you that there is great positivity that this fight is going forward. As of right now...
And that, at this point of recording, is 2 hours from then, so, I'm going to assume that that stayed the same, according to Ariel Helwani's information. What happened, though? Like, I'm sorry, you can't just pull that on MMA fans, probably the most autistic sports community in existence. We like ourselves a pattern. We like having combat sports events every Saturday, so when you all of a sudden promise us a UFC 303 Conor McGregor return, and then say, what return? And expect the entirety of MMA Twitter not to completely lose their mind. Like, dude, you had somebody, and I did the report on this on TikTok. So somebody was cataloging everything that happened. UFC 303 was no longer being advertised as a pay-per-view. Understand that hasn't changed. Like, there's still stuff that we still need some clarification on. Like, what happened? Why was Conor McGregor went from, I'm going to be making a press conference, a whole press conference for UFC 303 from the Irish fans to, sorry, due to obstacles that are outside of my reach, I wasn't able to do it. We went from that to, oh, well, it's probably going to happen. UFC 303, you still can't pre-order it. They have ESPN pulled the ads for UFC 303. Brother, we are less than a month away from the reveal. I guarantee you people avoided buying UFC 302, which I'm glad that you did, in order so they could pay for UFC 303. There is so much attached to this pay-per-view that I guarantee you, in those 2 days, they were making calls like, yo, can Volkanovski make a short notice fight against Michael Chandler? And other stuff that happened. UFC privated a lot of their Conor McGregor free fights. They still haven't unprivated them. The UFC is still in this weird crisis mode. We still don't know 100% whether that this fight is still on. Understand, I would not say that this fight is 100% confirmed until the octagon door closes. That's just how I feel about this Conor McGregor fight. I think we're almost dealing with a Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Tony Ferguson type of mysticism in terms this might be a cursed fight. Poor Michael Chandler is posting fucking self-help quotes, acting like somebody just broke up with him. Bro's acting like, I'm not gonna do that. Bro's acting like, I can't come up with a good bit for that. That's not gonna get me canceled. Michael Chandler's acting like somebody just broke up with him. Like, bro, he posted a music quote about going back to Tennessee, and I mistakenly thought, oh, okay, fight's off, right? No. For whatever reason, Michael Chandler thought it was appropriate to say, of this time, dude, how funny would it be if he just posts that quote about, yeah, I'm going back home, and the UFC just says, and new fight for the main event, Charles Oliveira is going to be fighting Conor McGregor, fuck it. And, dude, somebody needs to check up on Michael Chandler. I can't say the word on here, otherwise this video would get flagged, but let's just say, what do you think you would do if I promised you anywhere from $2 to $5 million, and then literally within a month before you're set to get that paycheck, and believe me, he is going to get a bag just to do this fight. Bro took 2 years out of his career, yet has been able to keep his lightweight ranking, and now he's going to be fighting an unranked, not even a lightweight, at welterweight. This fight means nothing for Michael Chandler outside of a bag, and he's willing to do it. Other stuff that's been going on. Like, what happened? Like, what about the pay-per-view? What about all the people that have already pre-ordered the event and now you can't order it now? What about the people that were going to buy this event? What about the press conferences that still need to happen? All the media obligations that Conor McGregor said no to? Why is Conor McGregor still posting pictures of half-finished Irish Stout but when we're all thinking that the UFC is in DEFCON 1? And I know for a fact, for at least 2 days they were in DEFCON 1, because according to Ariel Helwani, they were putting out feelers for who can make a short notice replacement against either Michael Chandler or Conor McGregor. I'll tell you this right now. If Conor McGregor, for any reason, does not make this card, Michael Chandler will not fight either. Like, if you're Michael Chandler, okay, and we promise you a piece of the pay-per-view, even if he's not getting a piece of the pay-per-view, I guarantee you they are paying him at least $1 million for this. And they offer you a short notice Alexander Volkanovski, because that was somebody that, at bare minimum, would be interested. Volkanovski still wants to do a short notice fight, and he said UFC 303, he'll fight Conor McGregor or Michael Chandler. He wouldn't care. Charles Oliveira is actually the replacement fighter that is sitting currently in the Benz. Like, you could have done Charles Oliveira, Michael Chandler, but Chandler probably would have noped out of there, and maybe you get Volkanovski versus Charles Oliveira. I heard somebody go on Twitter talking about Charles Oliveira versus Max Holloway for the UFC BMF title fight would be cool for UFC 303, and all you have to do is just keep Jamal Hill versus Carlos Ulberg. I don't really have a problem with it. The only reason that I'm going to say that's not going to happen is fucking Joe Rogan over here is softcore leaking a potential fight for UFC 306. Granted, this is coming from Joe Rogan. I like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan 100%, I do believe, sometimes is going to fall for some clickbait on Twitter and think it's UFC official news that he can bring up. Or he's going to leak another title fight. I like Joe Rogan, but he thinks Terrence Howard unlocked the secrets of the universe and that the entirety of Earth was created because the sun barfed out matter. I'm not even kidding you. What the fuck are we talking about right now? But he tweeted out that Ilia Topuria versus Max Holloway is going to happen at UFC 306. Would that be wild? 100%. Holy hell, it's hot up here. Woo! But the reason I don't think that's going to happen is because Sean O'Malley is going to be fighting Merab Dvalishvili. And who's going to be the main event? Is it Sean O'Malley or is it Ilia Topuria? Ilia Topuria is the heavier guy. You usually put that above the lighter person. But Sean O'Malley will never want to be anything lower than the main event unless it's his boy Conor McGregor. I don't know how that would work out. Would I love if Ilia Topuria was the co-main event against Max Holloway while the main event is going to be Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili? That would be fun. But at the same time, like I'm doing wistful thinking here. If that fight is fake, I would like for Max Holloway to fight Charles Oliveira on this card, BMF title. They all fought at UFC 300. The only person that kind of said no to this event was a Yuri Prochazka, which I would have liked Yuri Prochazka versus Jamal Hill. I think that fight would have been kind of fun, especially when the Khalil Roundtree fight pulled out. But yeah, UFC 303, we're still in crisis mode. I don't know why people are acting like, oh no, we're all back to normal now. Brother, you still can't even order the pay-per-view. Like, this fight is not official until everybody comes out and says, we are all going to make it as of right now. Let's not forget that you got tweets like this that were going out there, and Dana White never once came out and said, hey guys, we're all good now. Like, no, Dana White's probably getting fucking defibrillated right now because he just got done having a stroke. But yeah, if this UFC 303 situation is able to sort itself out, Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler happen. Here's the craziest part about it, dude. Even after all of this, Conor McGregor is still the slight favorite against Michael Chandler. Like, I just think that's hilarious that even after all of this, these rumors that Conor McGregor broke his foot, they're like, nah, he still has it. Like, all I'm saying is put some money on this fight if it ends up happening, because I think it makes sense for Chandler to win. If this fight happens, you tell me, what are the odds, not who wins, but who wins this is this fight even going to happen? That's really what I'm asking you guys. Tell me what you think in the comment section down below. I just wanted to have a good little yap session on here. And yeah, the UFC is still in DEFCON 1. Would a short notice Alexander Volkanovski versus Conor McGregor do more numbers than Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I will see you all next time. Adios. Damn, it's hot in here.